There's one truth in trading that most people do not want to accept. If you do not have the patience, discipline, and self-control to wait, you will never become a consistently profitable trader. Not sometimes. Not eventually. Not once you learn a better strategy. Never. Because the market does not reward urgency. It rewards patience. It rewards the trader who can sit there, watch a stock moving, feel every urge in their body telling them to jump in, and still do nothing. That is one of the hardest things in trading, and it's also one of the most important. Because one of the biggest mistakes traders make is not taking the wrong stock. It's taking the right stock at the wrong time. You see it ripping. You see it pushing higher. The volume starts coming in. The candles look strong. And immediately your brain starts telling you, this is it. If I don't get in now, I'm going to miss it. It's already going. And that is the exact moment where so many traders fail. Because instead of waiting for the pullback, instead of waiting for confirmation, instead of letting the move prove itself first, they jump in. Not because the setup is clean, not because it meets their rules, but because they are afraid of missing out. And in my own trading, I repeated this behavior over and over and over again. That's what made it so frustrating. Because the sad part was, I knew what the problem was. When I went back and reviewed my trades, I could see it clearly. I could literally point to the mistake. I could see that I was entering too early. I could see that I wasn't waiting for the pullback. I could see that I was chasing strength instead of waiting for confirmation. I could see that I was trading stocks outside of my system. I could see that I was jumping into things that were not A-plus setups. I could see all of it. The problem was not that I didn't know. The problem was that I could not get myself to change. I was not able to fight the urge to trade. I was not able to sit there and do nothing. I was not able to watch a stock run without immediately feeling like I had to be in it. And when the trade failed, I wasn't able to leave it alone. I would jump back in because maybe I mistimed it. Maybe I sold too soon. Maybe this next candle was the real move. Maybe this was where it was finally going to turn around. And if I had just waited one more second, or entered one more time, maybe I could get back what I had just lost. That's how it feels in the moment. It doesn't feel like bad trading. It feels like opportunity. It feels like you are one decision away from fixing everything. But you're not. You're digging the hole deeper. And that's exactly what I was doing. Day after day, I would watch my account get smaller and smaller. And that feeling is brutal. Because it's not just numbers on a screen. It's your hard-earned money. Money you worked for. Money you sacrificed your time for. Money you were trying to build into something meaningful. And instead of seeing it grow, you watch it drift away. Little by little, trade by trade, mistake by mistake. And then you do something even more painful. You add more money. You fund the account again. You tell yourself this time will be different. This time you'll be more disciplined. This time you'll wait. This time you'll follow your rules. But if your behavior doesn't change, the result doesn't change either. And that was one of the hardest truths I had to face, because it forced me to realize something. My problem was not a lack of information. My problem was a lack of self-control. It wasn't that I needed a new scanner. It wasn't that I needed more indicators. It wasn't that I needed to find some secret setup nobody else knew about. I needed to learn how to wait. I needed to learn how to let a stock fail before proving itself. I needed to learn how to stop treating every move like it was my only chance. I needed to learn how to accept that if I miss a move, that is better than forcing a bad entry. And once I started understanding that, things slowly started to change. Not overnight, not all at once. But I started to turn things around when I stopped focusing on catching every move and started focusing on only taking the right ones. That's the shift. That's where improvement starts. So if you are struggling with this, here's exactly how to start getting better. First, you need to define what qualifies as a real setup for you. Not in your head, not vaguely. Actually define it. Write it down. What has to be true before you enter? Does it need a pullback? Does it need confirmation? Does it need volume? Does it need to be above VWAP? Does it need to fit your price range and catalyst criteria? Whatever your rules are, make them clear. Because if your rules are fuzzy, your emotions will take over. Second, do not allow yourself to buy the first emotional breakout candle just because it looks exciting. Make the stock prove itself first. Let it pull back. Let it hold. Let it show you that buyers are still there. Patience is not weakness in trading. Patience is edge. Third, when you feel the urge to jump into a stock that is already running, force yourself to ask one question. Am I entering because this is my setup, or because I'm afraid of missing out? That one question can save you from so many bad trades. Fourth, if you break your rules, stop trading and document it, not later. That same day, write down exactly what happened. What did you feel? What rule did you break? Why did you take it anyway? The goal is to make the behavior impossible to hide from yourself. Because once you see the pattern clearly enough, it gets harder to lie to yourself about it. Fifth, after a loss, step away. Even if it's only for 5 minutes. Take your hand off the mouse. Look away from the charts. Do not sit there staring at the same stock, convincing yourself it is about to reverse. That is one of the fastest ways to go from a manageable loss to a destructive day. The best traders know how to reset. They do not force the market to give them their money back. They wait for the next real opportunity. Sixth, reduce your size until your discipline improves. A lot of traders try to fix emotional problems while trading too big. That usually makes it worse. If your size is too large for your emotions, you will not be able to make clear decisions. Trade small enough that you can actually follow your rules. Then earn the right to size up later. And finally, understand this clearly. You are not being paid to be active. You are being paid to be selective. That is a completely different mindset. A trader who cannot sit still will always feel busy, but rarely make progress. A trader who waits, it confirms, and acts only when the setup is there. That trader has a real chance. Because at the end of the day, profitable trading is not about how many trades you take. It's about how many mistakes you avoid. And a huge number of those mistakes come from one thing: not waiting. So if you see yourself in this video, good. That means you're aware of it. And awareness is where change starts. But awareness alone is not enough. You have to actually do something different. You have to build the habit of waiting. You have to prove to yourself that you can sit there and let a stock go without you if the setup is not there. You have to become the kind of trader who would rather miss a move than force one. Because if you cannot do that, you will keep repeating the same cycle. You will keep chasing. You will keep breaking your rules. You will keep funding your account with hard-earned money just to watch it disappear. And eventually, That pain will either teach you discipline or push you out of trading completely. So the next time you see a stock ripping and feel that urge to jump in immediately, pause, take a breath. Ask yourself if it has actually earned your entry. Ask yourself if this is truly your setup. And if it's not, wait. Because that one decision might be the difference between staying stuck and finally becoming the trader you've been trying to become. If this hit home for you, hit the like button. And comment below with the one behavior you know you need to fix most in your own trading. And if you want more videos on real trading psychology, discipline, and the habits that actually make traders better, subscribe to the channel. Because this is the stuff that really changes everything.